Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and another intriguing Sudoku presentation today. I'm really interested in this rule set, but don't forget to join us on Patreon before the end of the month so you can get a first look at our reward content for October, which is going to be a lockout line Sudoku pack. That is a number of brilliant constructors have contributed to that, so do check it out. And of course, this month's reward material was the Looney Tunes Sudoku Hunt. We've also had Sam Koppelman-Lein's 6x6x6 and the Sudocult guide to the advanced techniques in classic Sudoku. It was a really interesting puzzle pack there. So some great content on Patreon as always. What else? We've also, of course, got the merchandise. Loads of people buying their mugs and water bottles now. It's great to see, as well as hoodies and t-shirts and various baby stuff, birthday bobbins, merchandise, all kinds of things there. And our apps, all available on the link under the video. They are still selling occasionally, so that's brilliant. Now, let's have a look at this puzzle. This is called Stairs 2 by Alaric Taki A, who I think is from Indonesia. So thanks very much to Alaric. And it's a really interesting rule set. Alaric has found a puzzle called Sujiken, which I don't know, but let's just have a look. So we've got normal Sudoku rules. We've got digits along the thermometers, as usual, must increase from the bulb to the tip. Digits in cages sum to the given totals. Now, oh, and there's also one little killer clue. So those 6 digits add up to 24. They can include repeats. Now, the green cells are Sujiken, and that means that no digit is repeated within any diagonal in any direction. I'm a bit surprised that this is possible. This Sujiken area, obviously, covers more than half the grid. And I know that you couldn't cover the whole grid with that rule, because when people have investigated Queen Sudoku, they've worked out, I'm not sure now whether it's 6 or 7 queens can be placed, but certainly not every digit could act in this way. But apparently, within the green area, there are no digits that can see each other diagonally. Fascinating rule. Let's see how this plays out and whether we can keep our minds concentrated so we're only applying that rule in the green area and not in the rest of the puzzle. But intriguing. So do give it a try on the link under the video, and I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Oh, well, look, 7s. We can place a 7 immediately because under the rule, those two, that one sees that diagonally and that sees that. So the 7 in box 4 has to be there. So that's a start. 8 in this box can't be in any of those cells. So 8's in one of those two. And then by just regular, oh no, I was going to say by regular Sudoku it must be in the 17 cage, but it could be here. There's not much to do. 9 can't be in that cell, so it's in one of those two, but we're not given a lot of digits, obviously. So we're given a long thermo here, though. What's in the 17 cage? It's got to have an 8 or a 9 in it, and not both. Is that right? It can't have both because that would already be 17 in 2 digits. It must have one or the other because 6, 5, 4 only add up to 15. So there's one 8 or 9 in there. The last cell here is either 8 or 9. And I know that I know the order of these other cells when we get them because they're on the thermo. So if it's a 9, this is 8, 5, 4. Or 8, 6, 3 in the 17 cage. Sorry, if it's an 8, if that's a 9, this is either 8, 5, 4 or 8, 6, 3. Okay, the simplest conclusion is that 1 and 2 aren't in the 17 cage. If 2 was in it, oh, it could be 2, 9, 6. Oh, 1 could be 1. yeah, 197 is not possible. So there's a 1 here. 2, can that be in it? 2 and 9 and 6. I suppose they could be. Ah, but look, that 1, this long diagonal is clearly the best diagonal for this Sujiken. It has to contain 9 different digits. Oh, this could be immense if we could do something. Okay, this contains 9 different digits, but more importantly at the moment, none of these can contain a 1 because they all see that. The 20 cage can't contain a 1 either, so the 1 in this box must be there. And that's going to mean all of these cells can't be 1. Ah, no, it doesn't lead to much else. Let's think again about this cage. This is either 863, 854. Did I work out the others? 9. Another 8. 935. I don't know how to get it down more. I wish I did. I don't think I fully understand how this puzzle works yet because I'm just not finding much to go on. Right, this 20 cage. Ah, that can't be 765 and it doesn't have an 8 in, so it definitely has a 9 in. Right, that is what we need to do. So now look at the leading diagonal again. Where is 9 on that? Well, it's clearly not in box 9, and now we know it's not in box 5. So it is in one of these 3 cells, and therefore it's on the end of the thermo. So now we know there is an 8 in the 17 cage. And it can't, right, and another 2 cells that add up to 9, which can't be 8-1 or 7-2. So they are either 4-5 or 3-6. So 2 is not in it. 2 is there on the thermo. And these 2 add up to the pair that's unused, which add up to 9. So they're either 3-6 or 4-5. I very nearly wrote them ascending that way because it's running down the grid, but the thermo takes them up. So that's 3 or 4. That's 5 or 6. Now 2, where does 2 go in this? I don't know. Do we know what this 20 cage is made up of? 9, 7, 4 or 9, 6, 5. This 8 cage has a 1 in it. Sorry. Okay, 8 on the leading diagonal. Can't be in boxes 1 or 5, so it's in one of those 2 cells. This can't be a 7. That feels sort of useful. Yeah, that is useful. Look, 7 is on this second diagonal, this 8-cell diagonal. The point of which is those can't be 7. So 7 must be in one of those 2 cells in box 9. And now it's on the leading diagonal. 7 can't be there. 7 must be in this cage, and it has to be here. So this is a 9, 7, what is it, 4 cage. Oh, sorry. I'm going to have to go and get a lead. My apologies. I'll be back in 1 second. Sorry about that. Very poor preparation. I didn't realise either that my machine was not plugged in or running out. Now, what did we say? This is 794, I think we said. Yes. Now we can do the same thing. Where does 4 go on the leading diagonal? Now we know it's not in those cells, so it must be in these 3. They are in fact 4, 7 and 8. 4 is now not in this cage. So that's 1, 2, 5. We get a 3 and a 6 on this secondary diagonal here. And that means 3 and 6 must be in these cells, does it? Yes, in box 5, that's where they have to be. And now this can't be a 6, so we've resolved every cage and its contents. That's a 4-5 pair. We can take out 4-5 from those. It's a 3-6-8 cage. Wow, that is weird. So 2 now on the diagonal must be in these. That's a 2-3-6 triple. This has to be a 5. Let's have a look at this diagonal again. 2-4-7-5-1 and a 3-6 pair. So this is 8 or 9. Can't tell which. Well, this is a really strange puzzle. This is not working in any way as I expected. Right, look, 4 and 4, and they see these cells by the diagonals in the green area. We're still in the green area for those, so 4 in column 1 has to be here. That makes this an 8, based on what I did earlier. Now, that doesn't see this cell, because that's in the white. So it's very tempting to say we know where 8 is in this box, but we don't. So we've got 3, 5, and 6 to place in column 1 somewhere. 5, 1. Can we use this? Yeah, it's interesting. The southwest to northeast diagonals, there's none of them longer than 5 cells, so they're not likely to be as much use as these longer ones. I'm beginning to get an idea of how Sujiken works, but only a hazy one. Oh yeah, this can't be a 4, this can't be a 7, this can't be an 8. Let's take out the corner marks, because they don't seem quite as helpful as I'd hoped. And there's no 4 in there. Sorry, that is a 1, 2, 5 cage. 8, 7, 4. So 5 in this box. 5 can't be here because of the diagonal. So 5 is here in box 4. That's now a 3, 6 pair. These are 1, 2, and 5. That can't be a 5 based on column 2, but I don't think any of them are reached diagonally by other instances. 9, that 9 sees all of, no, it doesn't see, yes it does, it's green, so it sees all of those cells. So 9's in one of those two. Just want to be careful, because making a mistake here would just lead to a wrong solution for a reason I couldn't even work out afterwards. So I'm going to have to be careful as we go through. Now, where does 8 go in this, in this box? Now that 8 sees all of those cells. This one sees those and those. And this 8 sees that cell. So this is the only cell where 8 can go. And that fixes where 9 goes. That does the 4, 7, 8 triple. Oh, this is strange. Now 7, can it go in any of those cells? It can't go here because of that. Are either of these on the diagonals? No, they're not. Irritating. So 7's in one of those two. I don't know, is there another cell here that would yield if I just thought about it right? There might be. 1. Oh, there's a 1, 2, 5 triple. So that's 3 or 6. Oh, look, this is a 3, 6 pair in row 7. And they're both seeing that cell in the green area by diagonals. So that can't be 3 or 6. 3, 6. Oh, so it's 1 or 2. But that gives us a 1, 2, 5 triple. Is that any use? That makes this 3 or 6 as well. Well, now I'm starting to think about colouring. Although I've got all sorts of 3, 6 pairs going on, but can we relate them? Don't know. I'm just going to have a look to see if we can do anything else more usefully. Keep on tracing diagonals outside of the green area and then realizing it doesn't help. It's not a rule. 1, 2, 5, 8, 4, 5, 7, 9. I don't know, I can't. I mean, this sees all of those. So it can't be 1, 2, or 5. It also sees 9, 8, and 4. So that could be 3 or 6 as well. But it could also be 7. Okay, I'm going to try colouring greens. I don't know. Okay, this one, let's make it purple. That has to be replicated up here. That's where it must go in box 1. So then it's in one of those two, but I don't know which one. Okay, that might have been the daftest colouring place to start. Let's go back. Let's try these two. Yeah, we'll colour these. Let's make that purple. That becomes purple. This, let's make that orange because it's the other one. And that makes this one orange in row 7. Oh, it's this kind of sludgy brown colour. That must also be orange. Are they getting anything on the diagonals? Not really. Oh, it's sort of close. Oh, where's the other 3, 6? It's in one of those, the purple 3, 6. I'm definitely missing something here. Come on. I don't know what colour those are. Those could be orange or purple, and it doesn't really break either way. Actually, this orange sees both of those cells. So they can't be the same orange. So that's orange and is either 3 or 6. So now 2 is definitely in one of those. This is orange, but that again doesn't translate up here. So this can still be orange. Those two see both orange and purple, so they can't be 3 or 6. So that's 9 or 2. If it was 2, that's 2. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I could easily be missing something more straightforward here, but I'm kind of locked into this now. Now, along here we've used 3 and 6, so these are from... Oh, where does 4 go in this box? It's got to be here, hasn't it? Okay. These are from 1, 2 and 5. That can't be 1. They're from 1, 2 and 5. Wow. I wish I knew which of these was purple and which was a 2. One's quite interesting. It's got to be in one of those 2 cells in this row. In this box, I mean. 3, 6. Maybe I need to look at this diagonal again. 7, 8, 9. That can't be 4 and that can't be 4. So there's no 4 on it. So everything else is from 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6. Is that any use? No. Maybe another of these diagonals will suddenly pop something at me. 8, 9, 4. I can't see how the... Oh, 9 is looking at that cell. I'm sorry. Right, so this is a 9. So, does that do anything? Puts a 9 in one of those 2 cells. Does it do something for 2? 2's now in those 3. Two's in one of those. Are they looking at any cell outside the box? I don't think so. Oh, I'm just missing something here. Now, I tell you what I haven't looked at is both this and this diagonal. Ooh, a 9 there is going to make things difficult. 9, 17. 1 and 2 would be 20. 1 and 3 would be 24. Oh, it's close, isn't it? Look, 7 is in one of these cells. Well, you can't have a 9 and a 7 there. 8 actually is in one of those. 5 is up at the top somewhere. Oh, this is tough. This is tough to get your head round. Oh, where does the orange 3, 6 go in here? Not there or there because of this. Ah, that doesn't quite resolve it. It could still be in one of those, either of those two. It could be something like that though. We might need to be, I don't know, one of these is purple. Is it this? Oh, this can't be a 1. And that can't be a 1. So if this was 9, we'd have at least 2, 19, 21. 1 there and 3 up here. But I suppose one of those could be a 3 as well, so that would become a 1. I can't see the difficulty there. Oh, oh look! 5 in this column is in one of those two cells, and they both see this cell. Ah, there we go. Right. Bing pot. That becomes a 2. That's not a 2. That's a 2. That's going to leave a 2, interestingly, up there somewhere, but never mind about that. Surely, yes, this 3 or 6 becomes purple. Does that not do anything? Well, it means that purple is in one of those two cells, and orange is in one of those two. Oh, don't tell me it doesn't solve the 3, 6 problem. I thought it was absolutely certain to. That 2 sees, oh, it sees both of these cells, of course. So now 2 is placed here. Oh, wow. So that becomes a 2. Now, 3 or 6. Well, it's either purple there or orangey brown there. Oh, I don't know. 9, 2, 4, 8. What about, that can't be 2. So this is a 1, 5 pair. 2, 4, 9. This is a really interesting puzzle, I have to say. I totally gobsmacked. Right, this sees a 3, 6 pair in the column. So that is 5 or 7. Two has to be in one of those cells and not there because that can't be 2 anymore. So 9, 2, 4, 8. Oh, or because that is 2, more straightforwardly. These are from 1, 3, and 6. I wish I knew which one was the 1. Oh, we're so close to a complete breakthrough. Oh, hang on. This now can't be small. So that means this can't be 9. 9, 8 and 5 would already be 22. That would break the column. This can't be 9. So 9, good grief, we're having to go into the white area. 9 is there, 8 is here. Can this even be 7? 8, 7, 5 would be 20. That would be 1. And this would be 1 and 2. Yes, that is just possible, irritatingly. Right, let's have a look at this thermo. I haven't really looked at that. This can't be... But we can't have an 8 on there. Is that... I mean, there's not a lot of use here. I'm going to fully pencil mark it. You know why. 1, 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5 or 6 there. 3, 4, 6 or 7. 4, 5, 6 or 9. Oh, that 4 has sorted out this. That's been available for ages. Probably won't do anything. We get a 4 in one of those positions. 9 in one of those two. 2, 4, 9. 8 also in one of those three. But so this is from 1, 3, 5 or 6. 1, 5 pair. Now I think we've used that now finally, once I worked out that they were both looking at this. Okay, let's have a look at these diagonals again. 7, 2, 8 and 9. These others can't repeat, but they're not really trying to, so I don't think that's a problem. I don't think we can have any repeats here. No. Ah, yes, look at those looking at each other. Crikey. I only spotted that by going to the last diagonal to look at. There we go. 1 there. Right. 1 here. That's a 2, 5 pair. They're not involved in any diagonals. 1 there. 5, 4, 1. Come on, this must have sorted out the ones, and it absolutely hasn't. 1, 2, 4. What about this? One of these is purple. Which one and why do I care? Not actually sure about the answer to either of those questions. That is 1, 3 or 6. Oh, maybe. Can we do anything more with this diagonal? We've got an 8 and a 1. That has to be at least 5. That's 14. So these have to add up to at most 10. If that wasn't a 1, I suppose there could be a 1 there. Ah, where does 1 go? In the column, it goes in one of these two places. So actually, those two... Oh, well, they can't be 1s, and I could have seen that. Right, so if there isn't a 1 there, this would have to be 2, 3, 5, with a 5, 3, and a 2 here. Oh, that is... No, hang on. This one can't be 2 or 5. And this one can't be 2 or 5. It cannot be a 2, 3, 5 diagonal, which is the only way you could achieve this without a 1 here. Is that right? I think this is right. If this was 8, 7, 1 down here, you would need a 1 on the diagonal just by what it adds up to, 8. If this was 8, 5, 1, then you need a 1 on this diagonal because these two can't be 2 or 5. Wow, that is brilliant. That is absolutely class in a glass. What a puzzle. Right, so that's not a 1, so this is a 1. Now we get some colouring. That is orangey brown sludgy colour. These two are purple. Come on, does the colouring not help at all? I still can't decide where 3 and 6 go here. Maybe it doesn't matter anymore. Maybe the colouring never mattered. I've got a 3, 6 pair in this column, so these are from 5, 7, 8 and 9. That can't be 9 or 7, that can't be 5. Wow, what about this diagonal then? Can we do, or maybe having placed 1 here is helpful. This can't be 6 because it would be 3, 2, and you couldn't make up that. That's not really very interesting, I don't think. Oh, this can't be 1, so that can't be 2, so this can't be 3, and that can't be 4. Now we are narrowing it down a bit. These are from 1, 3, 5, 6, with that not being 1 and that not being 5. 5, 8, 9, 1. Can this... Have these 7's been reduced and I haven't realised it? I don't know, Sujiken is only a bit helpful, isn't it? Oh look, 8 is in one of those 2 cells in the column, and that forms an X-wing with an 8 over there. So these 2 can't be 8. And we can place 8 in that cell. One has to be in one of those 2. Oh, 9, 9, 9. That has to be a 9. That 9, 9 goes with my earlier Bing pot. Right, 9, 1, 8. Oh, come on. This is fascinating. I'm really interested by this puzzle. 3, 4, 6 and 7. That one can't be 4. That one can't be 7. This is 2, 3, 5 or 6. Now, let's try this blinking diagonal again. We've got 10 in the digits we've placed. The other 3 have to add up to 14. 5. Oh, it's easily done. So that's not the way in at the moment. Is the colouring really no use? That's so surprisingly irritating. Am I missing some diagonal bit in the colouring? It didn't do anything, did it? These are from 2, 3, 5 and 6 as well. That's not really... Oh, come on. Is it this? Maybe I need to ask something like, where does 4 go in this column? But it's got a couple of places. 9, 8, 7. If that was... Oh, look, there's a 5, 7 pair. Good grief. So that's a 9. Oh, that's not getting anything done either. 7, 1, 3, 5, 6. I keep trying to use the diagonal rule outside the green area where I'm allowed to, because I'm a muppet. 8, 3, 6, 9, 4, 4, 9, 1, 2. I honestly don't think any of these cells are constrained by the diagonal rule, and if I'm missing something, well, curses on me if that's the case. So, I'm still missing something somewhere, obviously. What is it? What a puzzle. This is so strange. Look, that's a 2, 3, 5, 6 quad. Is that going to get anything done? This can't be 3 or 6, and that can't be 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. One of these is 2 or 5, and the other is 3 or 6. Hasn't quite restricted this number enough. Oh, 2, 3, 5, not quite as a triple. Can that be a 6? 6, 1, 8, 1 adds up to 16. Then you could have 3 and 5. Is there a parity thing going on with this? I don't think so. 1, 8, 1 is 10, so these have to add up to 14. So if that's, well, that's odd. So these two have to add up to an odd number, which is either 9 or 7, actually, depending on what that is. If it's 9, it must be 3, 6. If it's 7, it must be 5, 2. So this can never be a 7. Is that right? 10, 17, 22. No, it's absolute nonsense. Right, let's try that again. 10 there, and then this is either a 5 or a 7. These two add up to 7 or 9. So it could be 7, 2, 5, 2, or 3, 6. I don't know. I don't know how to resolve that. Oh, look, here's the colouring. Orange and purple are both looking at that. That is 2 or 5. That is a pair with that. This is 3 or 6. Does that not fix anything? Please, it's a 3, 6 pair. It's a 4, 7 pair. That is looking at purple and orange. There we go. It's looking at one of each. That is a 7, and that is on the diagonal. And I am finally getting there now. My goodness, that has been a struggle. Right, let's have a look at this diagonal. 15, 16, 17. These other two add up to 7. Right, we know how to do that. 5 and 2. That's not a 5. It is in fact coloured purple. This is a 7 now. Whoa. Mental as anything, this puzzle. Right, 5 there, 2 and 5 are fixed. This is a 3 or 6 in a colour which is purple. That can't be 2. That is 3 or 6. This has become 7, which doesn't fix 3 or 6, but it does make this... No, this is 3 or 5. That makes this 6 by... and purple is 3. By the magic of thermo, and by the magic of colouring, we've suddenly done 3s and 6s in total. This is a 3. We've got 4, 8 pair up here. We are finally now going to finish off. We've got, that's a naked single 1, and then we've got a 2, 5 pair flanking it. That can't be 3 or 6. This is a naked 2. What a brilliant puzzle. I mean, okay, I was a bit slow, especially seeing that this cell, the colouring had done it. The colouring was absolutely the right instinct. Then failing to use it was a very sad failure of the brain. But, you know, sometimes my brain tells me to do the right thing. Sometimes it tells me nothing at all. And there we are. We are finished. 38 minutes. I have a feeling people will be coming in a quicker time in that puzzle, but I think you probably have to go through all of those steps, and it is really well set up with that thermo. I loved the fact that you had to come over here before you'd finished the green and do that 9 even, and that was when I was going all right. I mean, that's a really good puzzle and absolutely entertaining throughout. Thank you very much to Alaric for sending that, and thank you for watching, as always, on Cracking the Cryptic. Hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.